everyone, welcome back to my second channel. Today I'm filming something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about money tips, or rather saving tips today. How to grow your money, how to not spend as much. So these are money tips I live by, which help me to save as much as possible. Even when I was younger and in uni not earning a lot, I still was able to build up substantial amount of savings because of these rules, even while paying for my uni, my rent in Sydney, all of my living expenses on my own. I never took money from my parents ever. I have always had the mindset, when I get a paycheck in, my mind doesn't go, how can I spend it? It goes, how much of it can I save? Always. You need to rewire your brain towards saving and growing that money instead of spending it. I know people who just blow their entire paycheck and then they're broke. Number 2, don't buy things that you don't need. That's not to say to completely neglect yourself of having wants. I think you should, but work it into a budget. Don't go overboard. For example, with my wardrobe, I always have key pieces that I know I'll wear over and over again. I don't buy trends because realistically, I know I'll wear it one time and be done with it. When buying clothes, I think about how many times can I wear it and how does it go with the rest of my wardrobe? Can I wear it with multiple pieces as well? For example, with jeans, I will not buy a similar pair of jeans, even if one is a little bit different, but it's the same color. I'm not gonna buy it. I already have one pair of blue jeans. It's a staple. I don't need another pair. I think about this with everything. I have one white t-shirt. Why do I need another white t-shirt? 3, when buying things, invest in quality items. Quality items are going to last longer. So think of it this way. You buy a shitty mattress, okay? You want to save money. You buy a really crappy mattress instead of investing into a good one. Your mattress, likely it's going to cause you health problems, back problems. Oh, now you have to go spend money on a chiropractor and to get your back fixed. And also, maybe the springs are not very good quality. So in a couple of years, you're going to have to spend money on a new mattress as well. Instead of initially just paying a couple hundred more for a good quality mattress. You've already eliminated all the other issues. Buy quality, always invest in quality. My mum always said to me, focus on earning more, not saving more. Because saving is not going to make you rich. Saving is good. And in point 1, I said I always think about how much can I save in terms of a paycheck, but that means how can I reduce my expenses, which we'll talk about in a bit. Always focus on earning more. Now, how can you earn more? Build a skill set which will enable you to earn more. I go more into depth in this in my Life is a Game video on my main channel. You can go watch that there. Okay, how to reduce expenses. This is very important. Are you eating out a lot? Do you really need to eat out a lot? 2, are you fucking idly shopping? Buying things that you don't need, that you want? Are you materialistic, a hoarder? 3, your rent. Your rent will be a really, really significant expense. So I just Googled. The rule is you should spend no more than 30% of your income on rent. So if you're earning $1,000 a week, you should spend $300 or less on rent. What is that? So you make $4,000 a month. You're spending $1,200 on rent. Haha, bitch, I disagree. See, here's another thing. These money rules? 50% of your after-tax income should go to obligations or things that you have to pay for. The remainder should split up 20% savings and then 30% everything that you want. I fucking disagree with that. Maximize that 20%. All my friends who are wealthy and who live a really great life, they do not follow this rule. This rule is if you want to be average. And especially in an economy like this, with inflation like this, and with housing prices like this, it's not good to follow this rule. Make that 20%, 40% as much as you can. Get that 50% of expenses down as much as you can. If you're living in a city like New York, some are very expensive. It would be hard, I understand. So you're probably going to have to focus on cutting shopping out, cutting eating out, or your expenditure. So for example, even though when I was in Sydney, I was earning great money and realistically I could go rent an apartment all to myself in Sydney, I would not do that, and I still wouldn't do that now because I know I'm young, so it means I can go have a roommate and housemates at this age and it's not weird. Maybe in your 30s it's a bit weird, but at this age, no. So I'm going to take advantage of that, which means I can get my savings up and my expenditure down. I always say, just because you have the money for something, it doesn't mean you should be doing it. And because I always followed these rules, I now have more freedom in my life where I can go and travel because I have this savings. And I'm telling you, for all of my friends, because all my friends are similar, they live a very similar lifestyle to me because they always worked on getting their expenditure down. Don't buy things to look rich when you're broke. It's embarrassing. There's nothing worse than being decked out in designer to flex on everyone. Meanwhile, you're broke. I knew someone like this. They would literally put a Coca-Cola onto Zip Pay. So they pay $3 for a Coca-Cola in 4-week installments. So embarrassing to think about. Oh my god. Live below your means. Don't spend all your money and don't live lavishly if you can't afford it. And that doesn't mean to, you know, skimp out on luxury items or like things to treat yourself. It just means don't be going above how much you earn. Try to stay under it. For example, when Kathleen and I travel, we know that we can afford to go and like, you know, do a quite lavish holiday. For example, like get a 5-star if we wanted to, but we don't. We will always go 4 stars and below, and we'll try to get the cheapest deal for the best quality hotel room, because that's just how our brain is wired to think. We're not wired to think, let's go spend all our money just because we can afford it. No, we still try to maximize our savings while not skimping out on a quality experience. It's trying to find the median ground. Now, if you're like a uni student and you're broke and you're not earning a lot, then obviously when traveling, go to like hostels. But this is a travel tips video. But I'm just trying to demonstrate here, just because we can afford something, it doesn't mean we go and get it. Just because I can buy a Birkin doesn't mean I'm going out and buying a Birkin. Investing. So put like 10% or more if you can of your monthly income into an ETF, because that will naturally grow over time. And I'm not gonna lie, I have not been doing this for a long time. I've only just started, despite knowing that I should be doing this for years. But hey, it's never too late to start. You don't want your money sitting in the bank. I let my money sit in the bank for ages, and then inflation happened and it's like boom, I lost a chunk of money to inflation, when really it should have been in an ETF from the start. So don't make my mistake. I was genuinely just really lazy. Okay, and I just want to quickly talk about having a wealth abundance mindset. When you look at an item, don't think, I can't afford it. Think about how you can afford it. Tell yourself one day, I can afford it. And I'll also help your brain try to like work out ways which you can afford it. And you know, I believe in manifestation and all that. I truly think you'll like manifest a way into being able to afford something. But if you're like, I can't afford that, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'll never be rich, I'll never do well in life. Hey, you just created your own reality. Now you're gonna be a brokey for life. A brokey mentality is also one that quite literally will prefer to look rich rather than be rich. Before I forget, there's a difference between rich and wealthy, okay? Rich people may not actually be rich because their money can like disappear. Wealthy people have assets which are producing income, which helps them be stable. You should always strive to be wealthy, and I would say rich people, they spend a lot more trying to look rich. Oh my god guys, I forgot to talk about this. A mistake I see a lot: lifestyle inflation. Naturally, when you start to make more money, your lifestyle will go up. Naturally, when you start to make more money, your lifestyle is going to inflate, which means your income is going to be proportional to your lifestyle expenses. It's going to go up. You can't really be helped. Don't go crazy, okay? I knew this person who he became rich very quickly, okay? He was poor, he did some online things, became rich fast. Immediately, he went and bought a Bentley with high monthly repayments, and then he got a lease in like a beautiful apartment complex that was like fucking $20,000 a month. And then his business crashed and he had to become an Uber Eats driver in order to afford his lease and his car repayments. What an idiot. If you're not established, and especially if you're self-employed, you're young, you should not be taking out things like a higher cost apartment and a high costing car, knowing that you're actually unstable. If you're in a profession, for example, like you're a doctor, you're out of your residency, you're a good salary, it's a bit different. You know you've got a long-term career now, but it's different if you're self-employed or you're in a job that's quite unstable, especially in this economy. You have to be smart. And that's especially why when I started to make a lot more money, I never did any of those things. because I know truly that if I did it, it would be wrong. That it can go away the next day. That I don't feel truly stable yet. That I don't feel truly stable yet in order to do those things. But I will say I splurge on like travel and experiences and things like going to therapy. I splurge on therapy and like getting functional patterns treatments for my back and things like that, which I think in the long term is much, much better. Sometimes you can look at a person on social media and they're flying first class, they have all these nice things, and you're like, oh my god, they're so rich. I mean, they might be, but more often than not, they're just spending all their money. All of it. They have no savings. All of it's going on to these luxury expenses. They're not wealthy. They're not even rich. They're fucking broke. Additionally, being frugal, it's not that good. When you make money, you should be able to spend it within reasonable means. So hoarding all your money, there's no point. Number one, you're going to lose it to inflation. Number two, you work so hard to make this money. Go and enjoy your money. That's why, you know, I spend the money that I've saved on things that matter to me, like travel. And if you watch my Game of Life video, I know travel for me has a very good return on investment. Some people, they watch my stories and they're like, Simone, how do you travel so much? Like, I'm broke. And I think, okay, if you're broke, first of all, your priority should not even be on traveling. It should be on how do I not be broke anymore so I can afford travel. Number two, don't compare your financial situation to someone else. Like, we're in very different positions. Everyone is in a different position. We have different qualifications, different skill sets. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel for my travel videos and many other videos, and then subscribe to my main channel. Bye.